show this evening. I think we got a really good one for you. Aside from our regulars, Harvey Korman, Lyle Waggoner, and Vicki Lawrence, our special guests this evening are Miss Nanette Fabray and Mr. Ken Barry. Before we get started, let's turn up the lights so we can talk to the folks here. Love that. Ooh. Yes?
The most embarrassing question you were ever asked?
The most embarrassing question I was ever asked was whether or not I'd had a sex change. I think that takes the cake, yes. Uh-huh. Yes.
Did you?
Did I? Yes.
Have you had a driver's license?
How long have I had a driver's license? About, 5 years. No, it's true. Yeah, when we moved out here, I got a driver's license. Why? Why did you ask?
Oh, I've seen you drive.
I don't believe this group tonight. Yes.
You were 16?
What? Pardon me?
Your driver's license.
Yeah, I got my driver's license when I was 16. Thanks. Now, you can come back. Yes.
What do you think about air pollution?
What do I think about air pollution? Oh, well, any kind of pollution, I think that's our major problem today. You can't really make a joke about that. What I'm doing, I'm going to write my congressman. I think that's the best thing to do and really get them up off their benches. I'd like to introduce some people in the audience tonight that we have. There's a young gentleman that we all saw in Las Vegas when we were here. We were there this past summer. He is absolutely brilliant, and I think he's going to really knock you out when you see him on our show in the very near future. He's a new star, and we were talking about stars before. There's no stopping this young man, Mr. Jim Bailey. Would you stand up, too? A very lovely lady in the audience. She happens to have be the hostess of a program here, Prize Movies. She's just a hoot. She's on a lot of television shows. She's really nuts, but adorable. And she's Mrs. Ken Barry, Miss Jackie Joseph. Would you stand up? Okay, don't go away. We'll be right back.
From Television City in Hollywood, it's the Carol Burnett Show with Harvey Korman, Vicki Lawrence, and Lyle Waggoner.
You coming out, Molly?
Here I am.
There's nothing like the seashore. Fill your lungs with that salt air. You can fill the other one later. Wait, sit down. Give me a little push, will you?
Get mine started.
If only I could.
Here, you.
Oh, all right. There it goes. Zippity-doo-dah.
I certainly am glad your doctor suggested this trip to Florida.
Yeah, well, I thought that maybe we could make a second honeymoon out of it. If you know what I mean.
No, I don't know what you mean.
What I have to do, draw you a picture?
You don't even have strength enough to do that.
Oh, I don't know, Molly. Remember our first honeymoon?
Vaguely.
We went on a long camping trip. What was the names of those two young fellows we hired as guides?
Lewis and Clark.
I can see you're in no mood for nostalgia.
I like to live in the present.
All right, then let me tell you what I did last night when we checked in.
What?
I signed the register as Mr. and Mrs. Smith.
What for?
Well, I wanted them to think we was swingers.
I don't think you fooled them. They sent up a hot water bottle.
It wasn't my chili last night. I almost came over to warm you up.
Why didn't you?
Or couldn't you? Tucked me in too tight.
That sun sure does feel good.
Sure does. You feel like doing anything this afternoon, Molly?
Oh, I don't know, Bert. What'd you have in mind?
That remind you of anything?
General Custer.
Why?
He didn't stand a chance either.
Don't put me down, Molly. I've still got plenty of snap, crackle, and pop.
Oh, that's at breakfast. By 12 o'clock, you're soggy.
I gotta tell you something, Molly. You're taking all the fun out of our second honeymoon.
Well, that makes us even.
Boo!
Boo hiss.
Have it your way, Molly. All I know is I'm in the mood for a little action.
Now, what are you looking for?
My binoculars.
Oh, are you gonna start that again?
Maybe that young couple is still there.
Bert, you can be arrested for that.
So can they.
When you put down those binoculars, you old fool.
Oops! I got something.
What?
A topless blonde.
You're kidding.
No, I'm not. Look, over there under the beach umbrella.
Bert, he's the lifeguard.
Well, who's asking? I was having fun.
You know, with such a handsome lifeguard, I sure know what I'm doing tomorrow.
What?
Drowning.
No. For him, you'll drown. For me, I can't even get you into a bathing suit.
Oh, come on, Bert.
Come on. You just think I'm an old fogey.
No, I don't. Really, I don't.
No. By 12 o'clock, you're soggy.
Oh, hush up, you fool.
Hush up.
I love you.
You do?
Of course I do. You know, I can remember when you looked just like that lifeguard.
Oh, now you're talking. Tell me more. Tell me more.
You were my best beau, many smiles and tears ago.
Yes, it all began when we were in our teens.
When I traded my heart for a bag of jelly beans.
I was your best beau when your slip began to show.
At the high school prom,
Weren't we the talk of town?
when you wore your dad's tuxedo.
And you wore your mommy's evening gown.
Then the usual I-do's, the usual rice and shoes,
The usual family.
and I vow here and now that you will always be my best beau. When
This
night is long ago.
You are just as fair with your hair as white as snow.
Nice to know.
You still help me find my glasses.
And I tell each girl that passes,
not to raise an eye. This gentleman is my best boy. Your best boy.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is always a thrill and a treat for us to have this young man on our show. I've known him about 12 or 13 years now. He's one of the very nicest people I've ever had the pleasure of knowing. He's brilliantly talented. He's a star of Mayberry RFD, and he's going to kill me for saying this because he's very shy. He just made a new album, and I'm buying the first copy, and I hope you all will go out and buy him. His talent is absolutely limitless, and he's a dear friend, and I'm very proud of him. Mr. Ken Berry.
I knew a man, Bojangles, and he danced for you in worn-out shoes, with silver hair, a ragged shirt, and baggy pants. The old soft shoe. He jumped so high, jumped so high. Then he lightly touched the ground. Mr. Bojangles, Mr. Bojangles, Mr. Bojangles, please dance. He danced for those at minstrel shows and county fairs, from town to town. In time he danced for fancy folks and heads of state, while traveling round. He danced on stairs, on kitchen chairs, way up on the silver screen. On
Mr. Bojangles, please dance.
His cheery smile and jaunty walk I won't forget. Although he's gone, the way he'd stride and slip and slide's a memory that still lives on. Mr. Bojangles, Mr. Bojangles, Mr. Bojangles.
Good morning, Mr. Bradley's office. Oh, I'm terribly sorry Mr. Bradley is in court. May I take your number and have him return your call as soon as he comes in? Yes. Thank you very much.
Good morning, Miss Farnham.
Good morning, Mr. Bradley.
Coffee smells delicious as usual.
Thank you, sir.
Messages?
Oh, just two. Judge Crampton called, and his check hasn't arrived yet. And oh, yes, and Miss Williams called, and I took the liberty of canceling your luncheon because I know you want to go over that Robinson brief.
Right as usual.
Oh, sir, I have made out Judge Crampton's check. It's all ready to go. If you would just sign it, I'll have a messenger deliver it to him immediately.
You certainly are efficient, Miss Farnham. I don't know what I'm going to do without you during your 2-week vacation.
I'll cancel it.
No, I want you to have your vacation.
Oh, but I just had one.
That was 11 years ago. I can get by for 2 weeks with a temporary girl.
Yes, I'm interviewing a few of them this afternoon for you.
Good, let me know when you've picked one.
Yes. Yes?
Oh, hi. The agency sent me over to be interviewed.
Oh, they did? Oh, do you type?
Oh, yes, ma'am. 95 words a minute.
Oh. You take shorthand?
Oh, yes. 135 words a minute.
Oh. How tall are you?
5'3".
Oh, I'm terribly sorry, but we're looking for someone just a little bit taller. Thank you so much for coming. I really appreciate it. Very nice.
Oh, Miss Farnham.
Yes, sir. More coffee?
No, thank you. Will you file this, please?
Of course.
Thank you.
Good morning. The agency sent me over to be...
Oh, I'm terribly sorry, but we're looking for somebody just a little bit shorter. Could you? Thank you very much. Yes, sir?
Miss Farnham, has the agency sent any girls over yet?
Well, yes, two, Mr. Bradley, but neither of them was what I had hoped for. However, I'm sure that... excuse me, Mr. Bradley, but I think the perfect girl just came in. Your name?
Oh, it's Myra Blitzer.
Oh, do you type?
Oh, well, 12 words a minute.
How's your shorthand?
Oh, it's not as good as my typing.
You're hired.
Oh.
Mr. Bradley, I've just hired my temporary replacement.
Good. I'll be out in a moment, Miss Farnham.
Oh, I don't think there'll be any problem at all, Miss Blitzer. He has complete faith in me.
Good.
Now, I'm typing out our office routine for you here hour by hour and day by day for the next 2 weeks. Mr. Bradley's personal telephone directory is here on the desk in the brown leather cover. Before I leave this afternoon, I'll explain our filing system, and I'll be on hand to answer any questions you might have. If you, by any chance, at any time time you need me during the next 2 weeks, I could be reached at the number right here. I think you will enjoy working for Mr. Bradley because...
Well, well, Mrs. Farnham, you were right as usual.
Oh.
She is the perfect choice.
Thank you, Mr. Bradley. Mr. Bradley, I would like you to meet Myra Blitzer.
Hi there.
Miss Blitzer is a girl who would have been working for you if I hadn't just canceled my vacation. You can give me your telephone number while I'm walking you to the elevator shaft.
No. There's no need to cancel your vacation, Miss Barnum.
It's Farnham.
Oh, yes, I think we'll get along just fine until you come back in 3 weeks.
2 weeks.
No rush. Welcome aboard, Myra.
Oh, it's my pleasure, Jerry.
Oh, Miss,
Farnham?
Miss,
Farnham?
would you mind getting me another cup of coffee, please?
Oh, do let me. Two lumps?
Love them.
There we are.
Thank you.
Oh, I forgot to stir it. Won't this keep you up at night?
Probably.
I'll show Miss Blitzer our office procedure.
Don't you have a plane to catch?
Not until 7 o'clock.
Last minute shopping?
I did it already.
A beauty parlor?
What for?
Well, you do show Miss Blitzer around. I'll be in my office if you need me. Goodbye, Myra.
Bye, Jerry.
Excuse me.
Miss Blitzer!
What?
Our office procedure is rather complicated.
Oh, I can handle it, honey. I pick things up easily.
Yes, I bet you do. Well, now, shall we start with his attaché case? He takes his briefs home at night and then brings them in the morning for you to check them.
Oh, well, couldn't I just take them with me when I leave his apartment?
Almost got your typing finger, didn't I, there? Now, let's go to the files.
I hope they're not too complicated.
Well, they are a little. You'll have to learn the alphabet. Now, this is our A through C file, and these are the spare keys to the office. You'll need them while I'm gone.
Is there a spare key to his apartment?
Oh, I'm terribly sorry. How clumsy of me. Would you mind picking those up?
All right. Well, imagine bumping into you.
It's my pleasure.
Did you want to see me, sir?
Oh, yes, Miss Farnham. I decided to go out to lunch after all. Would you, please make a reservation for me at the Red Fox?
For one, of course.
Yes. Well, I'll be getting back to my office. See you later.
Bye, Jerry.
Miss Blitzer! What? Suppose we get back to our office procedure.
Why not?
Are there any questions so far?
Yes, just one.
What?
Where is the Red Fox?
You wouldn't dare.
He seems to enjoy bumping into me.
Very well, if you insist. The Red Fox is just down the street. You can see it very clearly from the window.
Oh? Exactly where is it?
Oh, just across the street, down the block to the left.
Oh, but I don't see it.
Keep looking. Just lean out a little farther. And...
Don't worry about a thing, honey. I've got a great lawyer.
And now, back for the second half of the Carol Burnett Show.
We get a lot of marvelous mail, and one of the things that I just adore was sent to me recently by the first graders in Meadows School in Manhattan Beach, California. And it's a project, I guess, that their teacher gave them, and it's Who is Carol Burnett? And So these children, about 6, 7 years old, I guess, in first grade, they all drew pictures of and wrote a text of who and what they think I am, and it's really adorable. So I'd love to read. I wish I could read them all to you. They are so cute. Here's one. It says, no, wait, here's the first one here. Here. Carol Burnett is a teenager. She has harder math papers than we have. Isn't that cute? See the, oh, wait a minute, here. Carol Burnett is a dentist, and a dentist brushes your teeth. The End by David. Here's one. Wait a minute. Carol Burnett is a movie star. She is kind of skinny, and she is nice by Bob. I love that. Bob thinks I'm a movie star. Oh, I love this one. I think Carol Burnett is a Negro, and I think Carol Burnett is Julia. Here's one. Wait a minute. Carol Burnett is a thin lady, and she is a nurse, and she is happy. That's why I like her. I love the pictures. Here's one back here. It's cute. Carol Burnett is fat, and she is a mother, and she is a nurse. And there's one more here. Carol Burnett is on TV, and she is pretty, and she is young by Lee. Thank you, Lee, very much. Have you ever thought in terms of an older woman, Lee? I think it's so sweet, you know, these kids and the teacher and everything, and I'm very impressed by it, and I wanted you to see it, too. Nice people are still around, I know. I know. 'Cause yesterday a man helped me to find my way. I didn't even ask. He just knew. And things like that can make me feel that nice people are still around, I know. I know. And when today I felt so all alone, the telephone said, "How are you? How do you feel?" And things like that can help to make life real. Moments come and go, sometimes they seem so fast and useless. Friends and lovers too pass through the door. Minutes fly and hours die, the past is not for living, for there's now and life keeps bringing more, bringing more. Nice people are still around, there's you. There's you. I feel your warmth in every passing smile. I stop and think just what I found. Here's what I found. That there are still such nice, nice people around. Like you. Like you. Like you.
The Early Early Show presents another in its series of film classics. Flight 13 to Nowhere. Starring Piper Peters as the stewardess, a gypsy moth who flew too close to the flame. and Rex Rivers as the captain, known from coast to coast as a hot pilot. Also starring Bing O'Brien as the dedicated missionary priest who holds the all-time record, 70 straight conversions. And Claire de Lune as the painted lady with a heart of gold. And Martin Mitchell as the brilliant brain surgeon who traded his scalpel for a bottle opener. And introducing Tippy Canoe and Tyler Tew as the honeymooners.
Everybody, and welcome aboard Flight 13 to Tahiti. I'm your stewardess, Cora Sue Crawford from Davenport, Iowa, and today we'll be flying at an altitude of 19,000 feet.
I'm higher than that now.
We do hope you'll have a very enjoyable flight, and if there's anything at all you need...
I need a drink.
Please don't hesitate to ask.
I won't.
Right now, I'd like to pass out some magazines and listen to your personal dramatic stories. Your name, please.
Rogers.
Oh, yes, here it is. Rogers, Leonard P. Once a brilliant brain surgeon, now a drunk.
But a very good one.
I can see that, sir. Would you like to tell me your story now or save it until later?
Well, let's get it over with.
All right.
You see, about 5 years ago, the American Medical Association caught me performing an illegal operation.
Oh?
Yeah, I didn't charge a fee. And I started to drink. Within 3 months, I lost my practice, my socialite wife, my penthouse apartment, and my parakeet. Then I really started drinking heavily. I started drinking heavily. Look at these hands. The only thing they're good for now is writing prescriptions.
Thank you for your story, doctor. Now, would you like coffee, tea, or milk?
You are listening, dummy.
Oh, and you must be Polly Bartlett.
That's right, honey.
Welcome aboard, Miss Bartlett.
Oh, honey, don't be so formal. Just call me madam.
Are you going to Tahiti on business or pleasure?
Yes.
Well, would you like to tell me your story? You can whisper it if you like.
Oh, honey, I got nothing to be ashamed of. I ran away from home to marry a sailor, but he shipped out before the wedding, so I married an older guy on the rebound. And when that didn't work out, I got mixed up with a truck driver. And when that didn't work out, I got mixed up with a cheap gangster who beat me a lot, and that worked out just fine. So there I was in New Orleans, a successful businesswoman at the age of 12.
Golly! Well, I can't wait to hear the second half of your story. In the meantime, here's a magazine you might enjoy reading.
Oh, what's that?
Sports Illustrated. Oh, Reverend Hannigan. It's so nice to have you on board. It makes us all feel so safe.
Oh, thank you.
Are you on vacation?
No, I have work to do in Tahiti. There have been reports of excessive imbibing and uninhibited dancing culminating in these wild pagan rituals. And that's just the American tourists. Only imagine what the natives are doing.
Would you like a magazine?
No, thank you. I have the good book to read.
Oh, the Bible, of course.
You're close. It's a biography of Danny Thomas.
Oh, isn't that cute? A honeymoon couple. Hey, would you kids like a magazine? A deck of cards? Okay, well, you just let me know when you get bored. Oh, my goodness. Oh, we must have hit an air pocket here. Let me fasten your seat belt for you there. Oh, we're really getting into some turbulence. Don't be alarmed. I'll go see the captain.
I don't like this at all. These are the strongest headwinds we've ever had. What's our airspeed?
190 knots.
Oh, well, that's not too bad.
Backwards?
Wait a minute. I don't like the way number 1 engine's acting.
Well, looks all right to me. What's wrong with it?
Well, for one thing, the propeller isn't moving.
You're right.
That's why I get the big money.
Captain, you've got to try to avoid any turbulence. We've got a pregnant woman on board.
Who is it?
Me.
Oh, no!
There goes our perfect safety record.
That's all you care about, isn't it? But what about me? What about my job, my reputation? Why is it always a woman who has to suffer?
Oh, now, look, Corsu, can't we talk about this later? Right now, we're running into a tropical storm. 2 of our engines are out. We're running low on fuel. We may never get to Tahiti.
You're just trying to cheer me up.
Now, look, we may have to ditch. Now, go back there and calm the passengers down.
All right, I'm going. But I'll tell you something. Little naive Cora Sue Crawford from Davenport, Iowa, has learned a lesson she'll never forget. Never, never again will I ever fall in love with a crew like you. Ladies and gentlemen, may I have your attention, please? Some of you may have noticed that from time to time the plane has been flying upside down. Please remain in your seats and refrain from walking in the aisle or on the ceiling, as the case may be.
I need a drink.
So do I.
Let us pray.
All right, let's pray for a drink.
Please, now don't be alarmed. I assure you we have an excellent flight crew. I know them all personally.
My survival kit under the seat.
Oh, please, doctor, get back in your seat. Now try to... Don't drink that!
It's not bad. What is it?
Sharp repellent.
Stewardess, honey, can I talk to you for a minute?
Of course you can, painted lady.
Look, honey, if anything should happen to the plane and you make it and I don't, I want you to do me a favor.
What makes you think I'll make it and you won't?
Because I'm bad and you're good. Promise me. Promise me you'll look up the kid that I sent through military school.
Where would I find him?
At the Pentagon. He's a general. He never knew that I was his mother. But I want you to give him this.
What is it?
$640,000.
What kind of work shall I say you were in?
Tell him I was a checkout girl at a supermarket.
Okay, painted lady. Oh. Of all the people on this plane, I feel the sorriest for it, you 2 kids. Your whole life ahead of you. Are you sure I can't get you something? A soft drink? A pillow? Some Sin-Sin?
Captain, number 2 engine's on fire.
Good. Maybe it'll melt the ice on the wing. What's our altitude?
Sea level.
You better give me full power on number 4 engine. How far do we climb?
1.5 inches.
Reverend, could I talk to you for a minute?
Why, of course. Sit down, child.
Thank you. I'm frightened.
Oh, there, young lady.
Would you do me a favor? Would you marry me?
Marry you? Well, I shouldn't even be holding your hand.
No, you don't understand. You see...
Oy vey.
I beg your pardon?
That's just an expression I picked up during Brotherhood Week. Come along, child.
Yes,
Come along.
yes.
Say, Doctor, can I sit with you for a minute?
Sure, painted lady.
Doctor, I'm frightened. I need some of your strength and courage.
Get your own shock repellent.
No. I just wanted to hold your hand.
If you can catch it, it's all yours.
There.
You know, we're very much alike, painted lady. We're flotsam and jetsam in the stream of life. We're no good.
I never had any complaints.
Do you, Flight Crew 13, take this woman to be your lawful wedded wife?
We do.
And do you, Cora Sue Crawford of Davenport, Iowa, take Flight Crew 13 to be your lawful wedded husband?
I do.
I now pronounce you crew and wife.
Look, everybody, look!
Wait, the storm's over. All 4 engines are running smoothly. We're about ready to make a perfect landing in Tahiti. 2 hours ahead of schedule.
It's a miracle.
Thank you, Reverend.
Oh, don't thank me. Thank my co-pilot.
Painted lady, my hands have stopped trembling.
Your eyes are clear.
I've got my self-respect and confidence back. Anybody here need brain surgery?
Doctor. Oh, doctor. This is so exciting. It's going to mean a whole new life for you.
And what about you, Painted lady?
Well, I'm going to settle down in Tahiti.
Why don't we settle down together? While I'm tending the sick, you can be home cooking and sewing and cleaning.
Oh, I don't think it'd work out.
Why not?
Well, I'm not that kind of a housekeeper.
It's time to fasten your seatbelts, everyone. We are coming to the end of Flight 13 to Tahiti. All of us just a little wiser, having lived through this wonderful crisis together. Hey there, honeymoon couple. Aren't you happy?
Oh, I certainly am. Aren't you, George?
George? My name is Stanley.
Oh, my gosh, I'm on the wrong plane.
The war is over and we've come through, safe and sound and ever true, to the boy who's now coming back to me. My darling, my darling, my darling, Colonel Lee.
Oh, he's my darling.
I beg to differ with you, sister dear, but Colonel Lee happens to be my darling. Why do you think he loves you? He sent me letters.
They were my letters.
They were my letters, sister. Oh, for goodness sakes, I know what happened. I don't know why he didn't just put my full name on the envelope. If he had done that, then you'd have been spared all this heartache.
He didn't put your full name on it because Mary Lou, Sue Ellen, Dillon, May, Rosie, Anna, Diana, Caroline. Your name wouldn't fit on an envelope.
Oh, yeah? Well, what about your name? Melanie, Ophelia, Susanna, Hazel, Tina, Ann, Todd, Stokes, Mary, Martha, Matisha, Liza, Hudson, Jones, Culpepper ain't just whistling Dixie neither. The war is over, and there he is. He'll be mine. No, I'll be his. Oh, go hang yourself on a willow tree.
Your servant, ladies.
My darling, my darling, Colonel
Oh, that was lovely. Lovely.
Yes, I'm quite well, thank you.
I got your letters.
Did you?
Colonel Darling, I bet that you just been pining for some of my famous tea and some of my famous hush puppies.
well.
Shall I go get you some?
Well, thank you kindly, Miss Melanie, Ophelia, Susanna, Hazeltine, Ann, Todd, Stokes, Mary, Martha, Matisha, Eliza, Hudson, Jones, Culpepper. I would surely like that.
Well, I'll just go get some. The kettle's been boiling since you left.
So have I. Well, Colonel, we're alone at last. You nothing to say to me?
Yes, I do.
Well, say it.
Miss Mary Lou, Sue Ellen, Vilma May, Rosianna, Dinah Caroline, will you be mine? And change your name to Mrs. Colonel Ashley Robert Jeffrey Daniel Montmorency Lee?
Well, I just don't know if I can marry you not.
Why not?
Well, I just can't learn another long name like that. I'm just joshing.
Oh.
Of course I'll marry you.
Oh, Mary Lou, Sue Ellen, Vilma May.
Skip it to the end.
Caroline.
What's the matter, sister dear? You drop your hush puppies?
What is the meaning of all of this?
The meaning of all this, my darling sister, is that Colonel Lee has asked me to be his bride. You don't mind, do ya?
Mind my older sister getting married at long last? After we all gave up hope?
Don't you pay her no mind, Colonel Lee, darling. She's been a little touched in the head ever since Grant took Richmond instead of her.
My sister Marion. You haven't signed nothing, have you?
You get your cotton-picking hands off of my fiancé!
You touch me again, and I'm going to give you a swift kick right below your Mason-Dixon line.
Oh, you are you? Well, I seen your big old fat leg, and you ain't never going to get that thing up off the ground.
Oh, everything is perfect. Just perfect. I'm back in my perfect home with my perfect friends.
We're all perfect friends, feel it with a tip. And I'll get to work till it's perfect bliss. That's a clear case of assault. Let us dance to the perfection waltz.
Sheer perfection.
Dipping and swaying and swinging.
Sheer perfection.
Coloring and clutching and clawing and clinging.
Hold it. I ain't gonna marry either one of you.
Oh, yeah.
I just discovered I'm a coward.
Our true love is mine. Oh, well, let us dance to the perfection, dance to the perfection, dance to the perfection.
And remember, pollution threatens us all, so let's fight back, okay? I'm so glad we had this time together, just to have a laugh or sing a song. Seems we just get started, and before you know it, comes a time we have to say so long.
The co-pilot was played by Bob Duggan. The secretaries were played by Georgine Barnes and Inga Nielsen.